It's a nice and snowy day here in Norway. I just thought I'd show you around a bit. It's about 0 degrees. It's quite warm, which is nice. We had a cold spell last 2 weeks or so, and tons of snow. And yeah, I came back to get a frying pan and a knife because while we're renovating the kitchen, we are cooking up in the cabin, which is really nice to have like a clean, comfortable space to go to. Here, chickens, here, chickens. I'm feeding them sprouted beans and peas and lentils, stuff like that. I also like to put this stuff in their bedding so that they have to scratch it up to get at it, and it gives them something to do and a little bit of turning the bedding, which then it composts easier. Excuse me. Hi Magda. Hi Silky. Oh, sorry. Check the water. Not frozen. Got these exterior nesting boxes, which is really nice. Couple eggs. Hi girls. All right, let's go make an omelet. So this area is gonna be our food forest. It looked like that before with all the spruce, and we've cut it all down. And then we've planted different trees, like that's a willow, that's a hazel. Just native trees that we've collected from the area. So we're trying to improve diversity. And when you improve the diversity of the plants, you improve the diversity of the animals. It's an exciting and daunting job, trying to fix the world one tree at a time. So pretty. When we bought the property, the log house, we came up here just to explore, and Sarah said, if this ever comes up on the market, I'm gonna get it. And maybe 4 months later, we were coming home and we saw a van here, and we're like, oh, let's go introduce ourselves. And so we're like, oh, hello, we're Kieran and Sarah. And they said like, oh, it's nice to meet you, but unfortunately we're fixing it up to sell. And so Sarah went, oh, and then we started a dialogue and we bought it. And it's been such a great move, you know, because it was originally part of the property, but then was sold off. Now we have this great cabin to have guests in, to put on Airbnb. My folks are gonna stay there when they come for a visit. Here we are. We've been doing a lot of work on it. We painted the walls, painted the trim. All right. Get cracking on this omelet.
So I'm just out on a little morning walk today, and I see moose tracks right next to our house. Our house is here, and then one has me walking here, and then we have another one here. That's a pretty big track. I think it's actually walking straight across the roofing we have here on the ground. I'm surprised it didn't wake us up. The size difference of the fox and then our cats. It's pretty cute with the little kitty tracks as well. Wow, there's been so much activity around our house lately. These aren't as fresh as the moose and fox, but a hare has been there as well. It went all across the pond. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Seeing all the animals that have come by during the night. So I'm just here in the car. I'm waiting for Kieran because he has his driving test today. He's been driving for 12 years, but his Canadian driver's license isn't valid here. So he has to do the whole training all over again. But anyways, I thought I would just recap winter a bit. I thought winter this year would be easier than last year, but it really wasn't. Like last year we had mouse invasion, we had pipes that burst because of frozen water, we didn't have water in our tap, and the water that came out was just super brown and undrinkable. And we had to go out and melt snow and then use that for drinking or doing dishes or whatever. And we didn't have electricity. We got electricity installed in like January. Temperatures dropped down to -22. It was a very long and cold winter last year, and it was extremely emotionally and physically tough. And I really thought that like this winter would be easier, but it was as hard, just in a different way. So after our woofer left, our volunteer, we kind of crashed a bit and lost our steam, and we took a couple of weeks to rest. And then we started painting and fixing up the cabin, and although it was hard work, we like did it slowly, and we just did it when we had energy, and it felt pretty good. And then we had a bit of a break again until we started renovating the kitchen. Like, we knew that was going to be a long process, but I don't think we knew or realized how hard it would be. Because like you're in the middle of winter, your house is a mess, your house is a building zone. In addition to that, you have a year of exhaustion basically behind you, and it's so dark and everything's a mess. So all those conditions really made it so much worse. It went really good until we started running into some complications. Like, we just could not find some connecting parts for the plumbing, and it took us weeks to try and find it, like going to every different kind of store, until we caved and just got a plumber. And it was like a half-hour job for him. It was so easy, but we could just not find the parts. So we were without a kitchen, so we were running up to the cabin and cooking there and sometimes eating there. And then we would bring the dirty dishes down again to the house because there's no water in the cabin. And then we would bring the clean dishes up again to the cabin. And we did this probably like 3 times a day. And like, it's not far to the cabin. It was just like the whole process was so challenging because like it's dark in the morning, or at night it's -15. You just don't really want to go up there. So that whole process really wore us out. And then we sort of finished the kitchen project. At least it wasn't a building zone anymore. And then we just completely collapsed. We were just so exhausted, and we kind of went into a mild depression, both of us. During that time, the stress of last year really, really hit us, and we just realized how exhausted we were. And it wasn't really until Kieran started Norwegian school that things started to look up again, because then he would get some independence and I would get alone time. And then we got COVID, and we got pretty sick for like a week and a half. But it was kind of nice because we got it at the same time, and we were just lying in bed and watching Netflix, and it was kind of like a break with a clear conscience. And then we recovered from COVID, and then Kieran got his driver's license. I just got a text. Where is he? Thank God. It's really hard to have a farm where only one person can drive independently. Let me just text him. Yay! Yeah, where was I? Then we recovered from COVID, and spring started to arrive, and we just slowly started to work outside again, which is really nice. I would also say that we've recovered completely from winter as well. It took us a while. We were pretty exhausted for a long time. Oh, there he is. Ah, he's driving past me, but he's not seeing me. Ah, that's Kieran. Kieran's there. Great. What was I saying? We're just spending most of our days outside now, which just feels so much better just than being stuck inside the house. Winter this year wasn't as cold as last year, but we got a lot more snow, and also it would melt almost every day, and then it would freeze at night. So just everywhere we went, it was just ice. So it was really hard to leave the farm, both like on foot, just walking out on our courtyard or walking in the forest or even driving away from the farm. Like, we drove off the road a couple of times. And at the bottom of our driveway is a little hill down onto the main road, sort of. And it was just ice, so we would just like slide into the main road without any control. We would just hope that nobody was driving on the road. So it was really like scary conditions this year. It was not fun. And it made us feel a bit stuck because we just couldn't leave, basically. Yeah, I think we're both ready to now put this winter behind us. It's finally over and we do have some plans on how to make it better for next year. But for now, we're just gonna focus on this upcoming season and all the exciting projects we have planned. And Kieran just texted me that he's back at his driving school, so I'm gonna go pick him up. There he is!
Hey! I got my license!
Yay!
Yes!
Yes!
Oh,
Yeah!
yeah, that feels really good.
Of course you would get your license. You're an excellent driver.
Thanks, baby.
How was it?
Oh yeah, it was good. I was like a little nervous, so I was driving like 1 or 2 kilometers over the speed limit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and so that's like her only comment.
Really?
Yeah. So I think I did pretty well.
Yay!
Thousands of dollars for the
Yes!
Norwegian government. Yay!
For someone who already has been driving for 12 years. Yes!
Ugh.
Noah! What did you catch? Is that a gopher?
Who's a little murderer?
Or is there a rat?
I don't know.
From tail to head is longer than my foot.
So talented.
She's so proud. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's super proud. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Oh jeez.
She's awesome.